Hello and welcome, we are Chad and Claire.
And in our last video, we gave you a tour of our 2013 Ford Transit Connect. And in this video, we're actually going to break down the budget and tell you how much it costs for us to build out the van.
So since we graduated from college this past spring, we actually decided not to go and try to get jobs. And instead we bought this van because we really wanted to travel. So this build had to be as cheap as possible. And so we definitely did it on a budget.
And we had lots of help, lots of people gifting us stuff, and we're so thankful for that. And let's just get right into it.
So first things first, we had to buy our van. So in May of this year, we bought our van for $3,800 and it had 202,000 miles on it. And we were a little worried about the mileage on it, but since it was a corporate vehicle, it was really well maintained and it definitely helped with the price so that if we did have to make any repairs, we could afford to do that instead of buying a more expensive used van. So on top of the initial van purchase, we had to pay for taxes once we got back home. So the taxes for that cost $387. Also, the van that we bought had a cracked windshield, so we decided to go ahead and repair that, so that was $257.83. So next, I'm going to talk about insulation. So for insulating the van, we decided to buy 3M Thinsulate, so that cost us $240.13. We decided to go with the 3M Thinsulate just because it had sound deadening and it also provided really good insulation and it was really easy to move around the van instead of having like a loose wool, which we did look at as well. The next thing that we bought for our van in order to cover our windows was Reflectix, and this was a 10-foot roll by 48 inches high. We use this for the back windows, the side windows, as well as the very front window. So what Reflectix does is it takes all of the sunlight that might be hitting your van through the windows and it reflects it right back out, making the van a lot cooler. And it also bounces the heat inside of the van back in, so it makes it warmer. So the next category I'm going to talk about is building supplies. So the first thing that I bought there was brackets for the flip out tables in the back. And at first I didn't know if we were going to build it or not. So I bought one pair, so two of them, for $7.22. And then once I installed those, I found out that we really liked them and we definitely did want to have them. So I bought another pair, and this one was slightly more expensive, and it was $10.99. Next thing on the list was a huge Lowe's run. This was $206.20. And this included just various wood that we would use, as well as hinges and screws. So the next thing on the list is our stainless steel funnel, which we use as a little spit sink for our bathroom, and that was $10.99. So the next thing is our 8-inch mirror, and it was a mirror that you're able to pull out, so you can do it on the outside of the van or on the inside, and it has 5 times magnification on one side and just regular mirror on the other. Anyways, that was $23.99. And lastly is another trip to Lowe's, which included more wood, and it also included felt for underneath the bed, so we could slide it out a lot easier. And that was $117.40. And on this run, we also bought wood for the overhead shelf in the front. Our next category is electronics. So to start off is our solar panel. We bought a New Power 100-watt monocrystalline solar panel, and that was $88.75. For our power unit, we decided to buy a Rockpal 300-watt portable power bank. So that is what our solar panel is able to plug into, and that was $269.99. Our Max Air fan cost $267.12. And in order to make the fan run, I bought these adapter pieces to plug into our Rockpal power unit, and those cost $4.90. For our electronics, we bought a 300-watt inverter from Best Tech, and that was $29.99. So last thing in this category, for our Max Air fan, we had to buy some Dicor putty, which would make it waterproof whenever we were attaching it to the roof of the van, and that cost $15.02.
Alright, on to storage. We are lucky that we actually already had many storage containers to use, but we did need things to carry water. And so the very first thing we got was a 6-gallon water container, and we got that from Walmart for $13.47. The next thing, we got an 8-liter collapsible water jug. That's from Amazon, and we got that for $13.95. And our very favorite water container, it's the blue one with a nice spigot in the front, and that holds 2.5 gallons of water. That was $7.26 from Amazon. And then lastly, my beloved Spice jars, got 25 of them for $25.99. Alright, on to home items. My very favorite item in the van, my toddler potty. So many people have messaged me about it. It's really wonderful. We got it from Amazon and it was $29.99. And what I love about this one is you can actually collapse it all the way down, and so it's really easy to store away. Our camp shower was $14.88, and that was also from Amazon. And then we also got a collapsible cutting board, which doubles as a basket, which we do put our produce in sometimes, and that's $15.99. And last thing, we had to safety pin our upholstery fabric to our mattress pad, and that cost us 97 cents, which is way less than trying to get our mattress pad upholstered. For decorations, we had most of the items already with us, but we did want some string lights for the top of the van, and so these fairy lights cost us $8.99. And then we wanted to paint our wheels green so that we had something cool on the outside of the van. And so this green spray paint was $21.80, and we bought 4 cans of that. And then, like we said at the very beginning of this video, we are so lucky to have a lot of these items already with us. Chad did a lot of camping as a kid, and so we got away with lots of those items, as well as things that we were just gifted by friends and family, which we're so thankful for. And now Chad is going to join me. We're going to talk about all the things that we did not have to buy, but we still used in the van.
We got a lot of things from my dad and from my dad's workshop that he either had saved from other projects that he was working on, or he's just had his whole life. So thank you, Dad.
Yeah, this wouldn't have been a reality without him, and also he helped us with the build a ton. And you probably saw if you went through our van build series, he did a lot of thinking, a lot of work, and we're so grateful. So first off, he had a lot of leftover flooring, and that was great. It's waterproof. It's been really nice to just have a nice clean floor that's easy to sweep, easy to clean. And then we have all these little teacup hooks all over the van that apparently he's been collecting for many years, and we finally got to put them to use. And then one of our favorite accents on the van is our roof. It's really beautiful. It's actually 1920s reclaimed wood that we actually ended up sanding and staining and staggering across the roof.
We also got little hardware, so we got these L brackets that we use for our side shelves, as well as our main vanity with the little sink, which that just helps support all of the shelving, which there was a bunch of free L brackets, so thanks, Dad.
Sure. And then I got to do the task of painting and staining, and we did get some stain as well as all the white paint from his dad. And then the very last thing, we actually got our Arctic cooler from his parents as a graduation present, so we're really thankful for that. It would have cost us $218.49, and so we're glad we didn't have to put that into the budget.
So another thing that you won't see in the van, but we definitely were able to use, are all of my dad's tools. That was really vital in order to get a lot of the different shapes that we had in the van, so that was really helpful. We also got a lot of materials from my neighbor down the street. He actually is a bit of a collector, so he had some metal that we were able to use for the roof rack as well as the overhead shelf. He also had some 2x4s, which we built our bed frame out of, which saved us a lot of money.
And then as for lighting, we were actually gifted all of our lights from our friend Juan Pablo, which he gifted us for our wedding. And so the very first one is a touch light bar, which was $18.99.
And that's a rechargeable bar that we use inside of our kitchen as well as in the main area.
And then next we have 3 little circle magnet lights that were $16.29. And then lastly we have 2 LED light bars that were $16.99.
Another wedding present that we got was actually a scratch-off map. And since we were traveling, we weren't able to pick up our package, and so it just arrived. We added that to the van, and that's from our friend Seth.
And then lastly, just all the things that we owned. We'll list them off really quick.
So the first thing are 2 magnets, and those are actually from some name tags that I had, and I ripped off the name tag, and they're super powerful.
And next is a rain tarp for a hammock that we use as a rain tarp for our van, as a little awning off the back.
We also had some wood stain that was left over from school, and a 2-burner camp stove that I've had from growing up with camping, as well as some cups that we were able to use.
And then of course all our kitchen supplies we had at our apartment last year. We brought those along, the lightest ones that we could find, and we've been using those, and that includes like cutlery, Tupperware, kitchenware, all that fun stuff. As mentioned earlier, storage bins, we had those laying around in the apartment. And then our bed. We actually had this mattress pad that we were keeping in Savannah in case my parents ever wanted to visit. They could sleep on a mattress pad on the floor. But we ended up using that as our full-time bed in the van. And so we cut up the bed and we actually used some screen printed fabric that I had from school, so that's another thing we didn't have to purchase. And as said earlier, we used safety pins to upholster that to the mattress pad. And then of course the decorations, the things that make the van so fun. Prayer flags. Chad got those in Switzerland long ago, and of course our little cactus in the front, we just had that laying around in our house. I think we actually got it from a neighbor that left it there and moved away. And then lastly, our skeleton that hangs underneath our little mirror. That was from Mexico, and we really love having him around.
So now the moment we have all been waiting for, the final cost of everything, the van with the new windshield, all of the modifications that we have, was $5,905.45.
Making it under $6,000, which was like our budget, I guess.
Yeah.
That's how much we wanted to spend, and we were able to do that with the help of many others. But we really did try to make it a budget build. We're so glad that we could share that with you, and hopefully this helps you guys figure out how to also build out a van on a lower budget.
So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just definitely let us know in the comments below, and we will get back to you.
Oh, and also, everything that we listed in this video will be linked in the description below, and so if you do want to check out any of the things that we mentioned, just go on down there.
And of course, as all YouTubers say, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you want to follow along on our future journeys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye!